So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to make this video, and I've been sitting on this for a little while now because this incident that I'm gonna mention in this video, it happened a little while back. And first things first, this video is much larger than this incident. Okay, this video, the point that I'm trying to make here is I'm trying to set out an example, and I'm trying to paint a picture of how to deal with things properly. Now, my entire life, I've been the small guy, which is why in this scenario, when this happened, immediately people were messaging me, you should do something about this, you should end this guy, you should blah, blah, all this crap. And even, to be honest, I hate to say it, but even my team, and I'll mention this a little later, I honestly, it could have taken me around 60 minutes to put this guy out of business, full stop, with some of the stuff I know. And to be honest, I hate to say it, but the same applies with all my competitors. Everyone has skeletons, and I know a lot of really bad ones about a lot of people, but anyways, we'll get into that later. My entire life, I've kind of just been a small guy, which is why in this scenario, I've always been a small guy, and my rule and my philosophy with things is I have had people in my life do such horrific things to me that you wouldn't even believe. And my philosophy, my entire life has been very simple, just the best revenge is success. That has been my entire philosophy, over all of these years, over a decade. And growing up, I moved to Russia when I was 3 years old. I moved from Russia to London when I was 3 years old. Growing up, just being entirely honest, I got picked on a lot. You can imagine a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old Russian village boy, doesn't really speak English. I had no friends. Honestly, to be honest, I think I started making friends when I was 10, 11. Before that, I didn't really have any friends, and I was picked on a lot. And, started getting some friends. Then 3, 4 years later, things did not get any better because at the age of 14, 15, 16, when you're in school and you're 14, 15, 16, and you're telling people, I'm not going to go to university, I'm going to be a success. If you're meditating in the bathroom, if you're reading self-development books, if you're doing all this stuff, do you think kids take well to that? Or do you think they fucking pick on you, they bully you, and to be quite frank, they just fucking treat you like shit? From the ages of 14, 15, 16, I'm a person that you can probably you can tell I've been through a lot in my life. So there's a certain way that I carry myself, and there's a certain way that I carry myself, and I have boundaries. But I felt so isolated growing up because everyone thought I was a fucking idiot. And for me, the best karma and the best revenge is the fact that there's people who I was around who were 14, 15, 16 who thought I was a fucking idiot that now come to me for advice. And I don't look at that in any sort of spiteful way. It's just I understand that's how things go in life, right? So for me, time is the best teller of all truth. If I look at, my stepdad, for example, real dad, never met him, or technically met him once. I met him once very briefly. But he was an alcoholic abusive. And he was in my life growing up. And my stepdad, some of the things he put me through are unspeakable. And, me and my mom, to be honest, I think we only speak about maybe 25, 30% of what went on growing up. I think we put the rest in the dark recesses of our minds, and even my close friends, that's the exact same thing. I think it's just, there's certain stuff that you just want to move on from. My stepdad, honestly, the things that he put me and my mom through, my philosophy with him was the best success is revenge. And, very recently, there's been a couple things that have happened, and, luckily my mom is now a free woman, divorced, done with over a decade of trauma and abuse and whatever. We won't get into that. But anyways, it was very, very interesting sitting in court, me and my mom next to each other, sitting across from my stepdad, the man that put us through so much bullshit in our lives. And just realizing that time is genuinely the best teller. Time is the teller of all truth. And for me, karma always comes around. There's so many ways that people in my school who just talk shit about me to my face and behind my back and just thought I was a fucking idiot. There's so many ways I could have lashed out at them. There's so many ways I could have lashed out at my stepdad. There's so many ways that, look, even in the past few years, now people don't really do anymore because I have so much insurmountable proof and evidence of every single thing that I've ever fucking done. I'm not the only, there's a lot of people who are very transparent, but I genuinely think I'm the most transparent person in the entire industry because everything can be fact checked. And not only can everything be fact checked, but I was there 4 or 5 years ago you can watch my YouTube videos from 4 years ago when I was just a dumb little fucking kid with just a dream. and just an ambition to get off of government benefits with him and his mom. Like, I was just a 15-year-old who was sick and tired of receiving government benefits and sick and tired of seeing my mom just depressed, never leaving her room because we were in such financial bullshit. And you can see those videos. So my point is, I really don't get too many people taking shots at me, but of course there's been public videos of people taking shots at me. My response? No response. Move on, and time is the teller of all truths. This time's a little different though. This time I thought I'd respond, and this time thought I would do it in a way that, because look, to be entirely honest, it's one thing to pull out your phone, pull up Instagram, start talking some shit. To be quite honest, and just to be very blunt with you, I think if you do that, you're just a little bitch. If you shit talk someone, if you do all that, but if you can have some sort of display that just really like puts a nail in the coffin and just really cements the fact that you are someone who is serious and means business, and we're gonna get into a second what that is, then I think that's a little different. So let me tell you guys the situation. So one of my competitors is a guy called Jordan Platten. Competitors, but I don't see anyone as a competitor, to be honest. And we'll get into that later down the line in the video. For me, I don't see any of my competitors as competitors. I see us all in the same boat with the same common enemy, which is the education system. We'll get into that in just a bit. And, I've had one of my closest competitors, him and his fiance, stay at my house, like sleep in my guest room. So that should tell you the way I view competitors. I don't view them as competitors. We're all in the same boat here, if you're someone who actually does good. And basically one of my competitors, Jordan Platten, we launched this huge campaign, as I said. We launched this huge marketing campaign. People went nuts for it. People just went absolutely crazy for it. I had actual competitors of mine message me like, dude, props, that was dope. And I'm actually going to put up some examples right now. Actual competitors of mine messaging me being like, hey, that was a really cool launch. Like, that was really exciting, interesting. Hope you're doing well. And everyone loved it. Everyone went crazy for it, and we shook up the agency incubator, which is the only program we have here at growagency.com. That put an end to the conversation forever as to what the best online program is if you're looking to start and scale an agency, or if you're just looking to start any business, to be honest, and scale it to profit 6 figures a year, if not multiple 6 figures a year, now even have 7-figure plus students. And once again, profit, okay? So none of that, I make 4 million a year bullshit, I actually take home like 800K. Or I make or the best one's like, oh, I make 6 figures a year with this business. It's like, no, you actually profit 30K. It's so funny, these people who talk about their revenue in that context. So anyway, so there's this guy, and this guy Jordan Platten, everyone's loving the campaign. And to be honest, guys, like the first day we made it very believable. The second day, because it was sort of a 3-day launch campaign, the second day started making it pretty obvious. By the third day, it was pretty much admitting the fact that there's a product launch without saying it directly. By posting the logo, like we posted the logo and we got 6 people to post the logo, and then we ended up with over 7. I don't know the exact number. I wasn't gonna count, but I know we reposted 200 people. And for every person that we reposted, there must have been another 2, 3, or 4 that posted that we didn't repost. Because I was genuinely afraid, because in one day I think I had like 300 story posts. I was genuinely afraid that like everyone was going to unfollow me. They were just so sick and tired of it. But I mean, quite frankly, quite evidently not, because everyone was at the edge of their seats trying to see what was going to happen. But anyways, long story short, this is one of my competitors, Jordan. He really didn't like the campaign. So he sort of did like 2 parts of just throwing some shade. I'll play the first part now. Now with this, it's like, honestly, I kind of found it funny. Like even me and the team, we found it funny. We're like, okay, you're kind of mocking the campaign. We can see how, the campaign looked, it was so gregarious, it was so big. Like we understand that. The thing that was kind of shit about that was like, imagine you're faking your own PR, and then the pig thing. Cause normally that would be okay, but just the fact that like, dude, you came to my house in March. We had dinner. You wanted to have dinner with me. I said yes. You came to my house in March. We went for dinner. I took you to my favorite sushi place. I paid for your dinner. And just all in all, I've been very nice about you. I've had a lot of people ask me, what's your opinion on Jordan Platten? What do you think of this? And I've always said the same thing, which is, honestly, I've met the guy, just ethically and morally, seems like he keeps himself to a high standard, and I actually like the guy. I've genuinely sung your praises to other people, even though technically you're a competitor. I don't give a shit. So the fact that you did the whole like, imagine you're faking your own PR thing, that was a little like, dude, that's kind of shit just from like a friend perspective, because quite clearly you want to build a relationship with me. But hey ho, happens. Now the second one you did, you turned the heat up on that, and I'll go ahead and play that right now.
Okay, so I just want to make this clear. I really did not want to get into this, but I kind of made my bed this morning when I had my little joke, and now I'm going to lay in it. So my DMs are literally going absolutely wild right now of what's happening in the social media marketing world. And if you know, I don't need to explain it. I literally got 186 responses to my story this morning, which was just ridiculous. And I hadn't spoken to many of you guys before, and not one single response was negative, okay? Now, I just want to say, in my whole career, beyond social media marketing and sales, whatever, I have never witnessed such an egotistical, disrespectful, and outright ridiculous product launch ever. And there is a product coming in this week, a new course, I know that for a fact, okay? And it makes me embarrassed to be as part of this industry when people can operate so unprofessionally and call themselves marketers. It's one thing lying to your audience and faking your own PR stunt. I get that. But it's another thing persisting to continue with that lie to the point where you so clearly believe that your audience are thick, that they're so dumb, knowing that how young they are. I mean, they're a very young audience, but I've just never witnessed something so disrespectful to an audience. Audience manipulation goes against everything any professional marketer stands for. Grab your popcorn, kids. And watch it unfold. Self-sabotage. Delusions of grandeur.
So here you are on camera, getting very, very aggressive, and just, you can just see the intensity. And first of all, you're trying to ruin my launch campaign. You're trying to release a day, which is, I found hilarious because you actually got the day wrong. You said it was Thursday. We actually launched on Wednesday, so joke's on you. But here you are trying to like do this whole like thing, and I just really, to be honest, I found that very, very disrespectful. It just left a very bad impression on me of you. As I said, before that, I genuinely thought you were I thought you were a really solid dude, and I have no issue saying that. And obviously, after that happened, I got tons and tons of DMs like, you need to respond to this, blah, blah. And this entire time, I have not responded because I wanted to respond in the right way. Now, the other thing that I want to discuss is the fact that you said all that stuff about me. It is what it is. But right after you said all that stuff, and it was a very specific phrase that kept popping up, audience manipulation. And that's not a phrase I hear quite often.
Audience manipulation.
It's funny because we started getting hundreds and hundreds of comments that Kieran had to manually just take down himself. And it was all spamming the same thing. It was two main themes: audience manipulation and the fact that it was launching on Thursday. Basically, the two things that you said on your Instagram story. And once again, audience manipulation isn't a very, very common word or term. Audience manipulation.
Audience manipulation.
Interesting. Okay. That was a little pathetic of you. Then there was the fact that after you launched that, Kieran, on his personal page, bless him, where he's holding a dog. I'm going to show you guys one of the photos from Kieran's page. Kieran's the sweetest man on earth. He started getting messages from people, very aggressive messages as well. Things like, you sad, sad man, from what was quite clearly your followers. For me, the fact that your allegations and outrage of the situation led to my team getting abusive messages, that's not cool. And it's a shame you did this because we have a lot of things in common. I mean, first of all, we both live in London, right? Okay, so maybe you don't live in London, but Attleborough, this is a market town located between Norwich and Norfolk. That's cute. I'd love to visit you. Maybe we can play bingo or something like that. But either way, I'm sure this must be close to London, right? Because there's no way you would come visit me all the way in Chelsea if it wasn't close to you, right? Oh wow. Oh, you drove down 3 hours just to have a 1 hour dinner with me? Damn. Okay. Well, I mean, dude, there's honestly no shame in the fact that you can't live in London. And hey, if you want to come see what SW and Chelsea looks like, and you want to see, what it's like to live in the most expensive area in London, one of the most expensive cities in the world, swing by. I mean, you've already been to my house once. So swing by. Maybe I'll buy you dinner again. We have more things in common as well. The fact that we're both into watches. Obviously you guys know I'm a huge horology whore. I'm super into watches. I've got 14, 15 watches, Pateks, APs, multiple Pateks, multiple APs, multiple Rolexes, etc., etc. And I mean, Jordan has a pretty sick watch too. Let's check it out. So I mean, yeah, if we check his story right here, you can actually go and you can check on lifestyle. Let's see what the lifestyle is like. 80 weeks ago, cool for over Lambo. It's cool. It's cool. Let's see. Go through. Oh, 63 weeks ago, you are in a Lambo, and it looks like you have a watch on it. Once again, obviously you guys know I'm super, super into watches, so it looks like you have a Datejust, two-tone Datejust. Nice watch. Actually, that's the first watch I ever bought. First Rolex I ever bought was a two-tone Datejust, black dial, diamonds on the inside. Little flexy, but low-key as well. Since then, I pretty much never wear that thing anymore. But yeah, nice. So 63 weeks ago, quite clearly, your watch collection started 63 weeks ago because you've got the watch on. So 63 weeks ago, you started your watch collection. Okay, cool lifestyle. That's nice. Car shopping. So a year ago, you're looking at McLarens. That's cool. Once again, 57 weeks ago, you've got the watch on. Nice. You've been test driving the watch. You've been enjoying it. And 56 weeks ago, once again, you got the watch on, enjoying it. Good. It's important to enjoy a watch.
So guys, we have
and oh, that's weird. So 50 weeks ago, so you got your first watch, obviously somewhere around 63 weeks ago. And then 50 weeks ago, you actually bought yourself a second watch, right?
As business has been going so well the last couple of months, I thought I would treat myself to something. I'm not going to waste no time, and I'll just show you guys.
Oh, that's weird. That looks like the same watch you had on 63 weeks ago.
Here we go. So we have a two-tone Datejust with a diamond dial here.
That's very, very interesting. So 50 weeks ago, you claim that you got a new watch, but you had that watch on for 4 months at that point, and you're like, oh, just got myself a new watch because business is going well. That's kind of weird. I mean, look, to be entirely honest, Jordan, one thing that you mentioned in your story was audience manipulation. How the fuck are you going to get on your story and talk about audience manipulation when you are using a bullshit fake lifestyle to sell a dream to your customers? I have no issues at all with someone having a fake Rolex. That's none of my fucking business. It's none of my business at all. If someone is in finance and wants to wear a fake watch, I don't give a shit. But if you are using your lifestyle, leveraging your lifestyle to sell a product, and that lifestyle you have is fake, dude, you cannot possibly get on your story and talk to me about audience manipulation when I'm the most upfront and honest person in the entire industry. And look, to be honest, before this even went down, as I said, there's so much shit I know about all of my competition that I've never revealed. Because to me, I just want to keep winning, and I just want to do things the way that I've always done them from the age of 3 years old, which is success is just the best revenge. Jordan, you know who we're talking about here. We have a mutual friend. I've known, obviously, that your watch is fake for, a year now? And I had no issues with it. But don't get on your story and talk to me about audience manipulation when you are lying, you're using a bullshit fake lifestyle that you can't even afford yourself to sell your customers. I think that's fucked up. I think that's disgusting. And I've known about it for a while, but never mentioned it. And you know what? That stops today. As I said, this is audience manipulation itself. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to look at a story and figure out it's a fake fucking Rolex. I can spot a fake Rolex from, if someone's sitting on the table next to me, obviously you guys know I know a lot about watches. I can spot a fake Rolex from a table away. Obviously you guys know, and once again, I didn't want to get them involved, but I fact-checked this with a lot of different people, and you guys know I have a lot of friends in the watch industry. Some who even work for Rolex themselves. It's a fake fucking Rolex. But it doesn't take a genius to figure that out from your lifestyle story. And even before that, Jordan, we have a mutual friend. I know a lot about you. It's a fake Rolex. So if you ever need to borrow, a real Rolex, just ask me or ask any of my team members, because all my team members, everyone who works for a great agency, I give them all my watches to wear. So, it's funny, even my employees and my mom have real Rolexes, and instead you lie to your audience and use a fake fucking bullshit lifestyle that you can't even afford yourself to try to, peddle and sell your product. And, then you're also sitting in a Lambo. And, I have no issues with rented cars and stuff like that. If you're abroad, when I go to Marbella with my friend Bob, we rent a car. I don't get to drive it because haven't bothered getting my driver's license, but I rent a car. We drive the Jag, really fun. But when you're in London and you're renting a Lambo, blah, blah, I just think it's a bit pathetic, to be honest. But hey ho, at least you're honest. You never said that was yours, unlike the Rolex, which you pretend to be yours. You have a cool car, right? You have a Porsche 911, from what I can remember. That's a really nice car, actually. Let me just check that. Oh, you have a Porsche Cayman. That's a really cute car still. I mean, actually, one of my clients just bought that for his wife the other week. But anyways, you guys get on to the point. Well, look, obviously we don't have the fact that we both live in London in common. We don't have the fact that we both are into watches, because you can't seem to afford a real one. At least we have something in common. We both run successful agencies, right? I mean, you always show the clients you work with, you show off your team, right? And your agency has a really unique name. It has a really interesting, cool name. I can't remember it, but actually, let's just check your LinkedIn to see what it is. All right. Here we are on Jordan Platten's LinkedIn. So let's try and find his agency. So you can see his past experience here. Founder, Social Media Marketing School, April 2018. That was when it was founded. Platten Enterprises. Okay, so that is what your multi-service digital marketing company with additional interest in event management and e-learning. Okay, so if we click on that, we come here. Let's see, privately held, 2 to 10 employees, blah, blah, visit website. So if we click here and we visit the website, it actually gives us a privacy error. So first of all, you don't even have a website. So Platten Enterprises, that is what your agency is called. So first things first, if we click on this, we get a privacy error because you don't even have a fucking website, or at least you don't have a .com. But you do have a .co.uk, and this is I must say, I actually give it to you. This is a really good looking website. Like I think this is super clean. You or your team definitely killed this with this one. So let's just, oh my God, that is, that's too ironic. I'm going to replay that for you guys, and that should give you, like, I swear to God, this was not fucking fun. I swear to God, but that should prove a fucking point right there, which is that's what your inbox looks like when you actually fucking run an agency. Okay, but anyways, back to my point. So this is a very cool website. Let's see, we got home, we got about, we got updates, we got training. So training must mean maybe like your free case study, so people can, this just takes you to your education company. Okay. All right, well, I'm sure somewhere here will mention the fact that entrepreneur from UK, digital marketing and success coaching, founder of the Social Media Marketing School and author of 15-Minute Agency. But where's your agency? What's your agency actually fucking called, Jordan? Because from what it seems like, it just Jordan Enterprises. Okay. Well, quite clearly, nowhere on your official fucking website does it even mention that you have an agency. Because quite frankly, you don't. And what I love about this is the fact that quite clearly, there's no way this man is getting leads on LinkedIn for his agency, because when they come here, quite clearly he only actually runs one school. This Platten Enterprises, this isn't an agency. There's nothing there. And I love the fact that you're teaching people how to use LinkedIn to get clients when quite clearly you have never fucking done it yourself. Because let's just say even you knew how to use LinkedIn, which to be honest, I have no doubts that you do. Like for example, I've never taught LinkedIn personally, ever. I've never ever taught LinkedIn personally because I only teach stuff that I know. And I mean, you can look at my LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is fucking terrible. I never use that thing. But I also never teach it because, once again, I only teach what I know. But what I find so funny is you're teaching people how to use LinkedIn to get clients when quite fucking clearly there's no logical path. There's no logical path for someone to become a client of yours. You see, with me, I have sort of 3 main websites. And this is just a basic side website, imangadji.com. This is mainly just for SEO, to be honest. So imangadzhi.com. So you come here. It says a little bit about me. Iman Gadzhi, run an online advertising agency called IAG Media. It lists some of my clients, and every single one of these clients is proof for. And then I also talk about my agency, my company, Grow Your Agency. And here you can click right here, work with my agency, and you come to what is quite literally the most shitty agency website on earth. I love how shit my agency website is. I even made that shit on purpose to prove a point. Oh, and you can see me with one of my clients, because once again, I actually document everything I fucking do ever. It's so funny. You can actually watch this YouTube video of me in Germany with one of my clients, Jonathan. This is Jonathan, the CEO. One of my clients, AJ Smart. And he even talks about how after the first day, we did a live webinar and smashed it. I think we did 45K in sales on that first day, and then took that live webinar we did. This is actually him doing the live webinar, and then we made it automated. And that, I don't think they'd want me to disclose their numbers, but they're doing very, very well. That's all I'll say. But you come to my agency website, and then you just click here, watch the free case study, and this is a proper piece of shit. I mean, really, it really is. But you come here, and you watch this case study. And this case study has everything you could ever need to know about my agency, the way we operate. I mean, it was unfortunate. This case study actually was 15 minutes longer because we had a full breakdown of how we made one of our clients multiple 7 figures in the space of 6 months. A return on ad spend. It was an e-commerce brand, but unfortunately, too many people were ripping off my case study. But anyways, my point is, it's a very logical path. I've got the Grow Your Agency website, which is for the education company. I've got the IAG Media website. And not only do I have a website, I have a logical path. And that IAG Media client thing you saw in the corner, that was them going through this case study, filling in a type form to apply, and then jumping on the call. So yeah, this is it's very funny. Also, there's something about your description here which I find very entertaining, and we're gonna need to pick apart. I mean, dude, to be honest, yeah, I'm gonna mention this in just a bit. I could pick apart a lot more. I'm really going easy on you here, but yeah, let's get back to the video. So no one can fucking find your agency because, to be honest, I don't even believe you have one anymore, and I don't believe you ever actually had any success with your agency. I think you just went straight into sales. You know how to talk, and that's pretty much about it. And no one, to be quite frank, no one in my industry ever shows their client, except for me, because I fucking fact-checked every single one. And not only do I have huge retainers, have had huge retainers with huge clients, but every single one of them would speak up for me. In fact, here's three of just dozens of the clients that I've worked with, very prolific, high-paying retainers that I've worked with. Here's just 3 who wanted to say a little word about the whole situation.
Hey guys, Tyler Newman here, one of Iman's clients, and I just want to really voice my respect for both himself and his agency, and then also his education company. Quite clearly, some of his competitors are a little bit triggered by the good he's doing for the industry, and also in terms of his philanthropy as well. I just want to say I've got a lot of respect for what he's doing. I've never met someone that's so relentlessly driven to make such a difference and is so stuck and committed to his mission. And so, yeah, I just want to say, Iman, Danny, Kieran at IAG Media, they're crushing it for me. I'm super happy, and, keep doing what you guys are doing. Peace.
What's up, guys? It's the Mickelson twins here, and we just wanted to quickly give a massive shout out to Iman and his team and everyone at his agency, because bottom line, simply just how much money they have made for us and our business these last few months that we've been clients with them. And I don't know how else to put it. And now we're on a path to be doing multi-6 figs a month very soon from our own course business. And just everything that he's been doing recently in the SMMA space, his recent product launch was fucking epic. And honestly, if I was in the SMMA space myself, for one, I would just dig my own grave, and I just would quit and not get involved, because Iman runs that space, because the dude's an android, he outworks everyone. At that age, the success that he has, I would not want to be there and have to compete against that. So also, finally, I want to say to Iman, what you've done, creating those schools in Nepal, now in the second one, is so impressive and admirable. And is it recording? So impressive and admirable. And I just cannot say more about how, how I look up to you for doing that, and how I just aspire to be able to do the same thing at some point in the future. So just on a personal level, thank you for everything that you've done for us. Just done so much for our businesses and everything. We owe so much credit to you. Thank you for everything. You're the man. Keep doing it. Keep running the space. That's what it is. Not even 20 years old. Are you crazy? It's ridiculous.
Hey guys, my name is Elliot. I'm one of the founders of Fure Systems and HatPD, and thankfully was one of Iman's first customer with social media especially, and content creation and so on. So I just wanted to record this video to basically, highlight the fact that despite, him starting very early, we started working with him. He was, I think, 16, 17 years old. His work ethic, the quality of his production, how much he was focused on his work and actually producing something of value was already very impressive to us. Later down the line, I saw him grow from this small guy, like a high school dropout, kind of trying to make ends meet essentially, and progressively creating this, you can say today, kind of empire of social media marketing with such a following is very, very impressive. So I wanted to personally congratulate him. Well done, Iman. And I'm sure you're gonna keep doing amazing things and making your business and grow and all your dreams come true.
So, turns out me and Jordan Platten have absolutely fucking nothing in common, because it seems like everything he lives is just a fucking lie. So, I've given you guys the light version here. And to be honest, I had members of my team who weren't saying do it, but we were juggling it. So obviously, look, my team knows all the skeletons that I know about all of my competitors. And to be honest, if I released everything that I know about all my competitors, and do you guys ever wonder why? Do you guys ever see me at Funnel Hacking Live? Do you guys ever see me at GrowthCon? Do you guys ever really see me network really with that many digital marketers or online marketers or people with info products? No. Do you wonder why? It's because I don't want to. I don't want to associate myself with them. So if I released everything I knew about all my competitors, and I know there's some of my competitors watching this right now, and their hands are getting clammy because they know that they're probably one of them. If I released everything I knew, half my industry, actually no, that's a lie, 80% of my industry would be out of fucking business. And if I released everything that I knew about Jordan, you know this, you're watching this right now, you and your business would be done in the space of 60 to 120 minutes. 1 to 2 hours, I would wipe out your entire business. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave you to fight another day.
So Jordan, as I said, I'm not gonna throw the career ender in here, but I couldn't not mention this. This entire saga could have gone so differently if I had seen this message 18 months prior. So one thing you mentioned on your LinkedIn here is Jordan is a speaker, author, and digital marketing authority from the UK. After being kicked out of university at 23, he scaled a marketing agency to 6 figures profit in less than 90 days. Very key there. Scaled a marketing agency to 6-figure profit in less than 90 days. One of the very interesting things is Jordan could have been a student of mine. Now, I never saw this message before. But in the process of doing market research, video research for this video, I realized that I never responded to you. But on the 1st of March, 2018, you actually sent me a message. Hi bro, a friend of mine just said he's going to some mastermind training you're running in London. Could I get some details? I launched my agency in December. Keep in mind, okay, so December, this is March at this point, so 4 months on. And currently have 5 clients paying 1K a month. So right here, you're even admitting that you're making 5K a month 120 days into having an agency. Yet here you promote the fact that you scaled it to 6 figures profit in less than 90 days. So quite clearly, you're just chatting shit. I'm outsourcing all daily postings and copywriting so I can just focus on ads and new clients. I'm currently also growing my personal brand, Jordan Platten. Would be great to expand my knowledge further. So it is so funny because how different would this whole scenario be if maybe you had just come to my mastermind, actually learned how to run a real fucking agency and gone ahead and done it yourself, not just fake having an agency. How different could this whole saga be? But one thing that I recommend, Jordan, is I recommend that you definitely go ahead and change this because, as I said, don't go crying about audience manipulation on your story when there are literally numerous half a dozen examples that I just mentioned in this video and left out a half a dozen other ones because, as I said, I'm trying to give you the light version here of you manipulating your audience. But dude, all I can say is if you want an invitation to the next mastermind, I'm 100% happy for you to come through. I'll show you how to actually get your first few clients because it's quite clear that you don't know how to do that. And yeah, let's get back to the video.
And let that be a warning to not only Jordan, but the rest of my competitors. Anyone who tries to tear down a company that does so much good, because you know, and I know both, and we both know in private, that there is stuff that would end your entire business. Jordan, we both know what I'm talking about. We know there's a few things I'm talking about. So anyways, I want to say at this point, I want to take a different direction to this video because quite frankly, I've told you guys about the way that I've lived my life, and you guys can see the way that I live my life. For me, success is winning. And for me, I've never felt the need to speak out or act maliciously to anyone, because for me, I know the thing that kills them the most is when they see me winning and they see me doing so much good for my community, my customers, the world. You know, for me, I felt the need to shout or fight back or really just lash out at any of the people I went to school with, any of the people who have thrown shit my way, my stepdad, and there's a long list of other people. Because for me, I knew that time tells all truth. And that's repeated itself again and again in the past. But I do want to say something, and I want to apologize to you guys because I just want to apologize to you guys because this was genuinely an ugly side of me. This was an ugly side of me, and I'm not proud of this video, guys. Like, I don't look at this video with pride. I know that this is very petty of me, and I know I'm going to look back at this video 6 months from now, a year from now. I mean, to be honest, I'll probably take it down, delete it fully. And that's the other thing. You guys can see that there's Jordan Platten in the title of this video. I'm going to leave it as that, so it ranks for his name for 3 days. And then after that, I'm going to change the title of this video that is not SEO rankable at all. Because Jordan, at the end of the day, I've said what I've said, and you know the influence that I have and the ways that I could put you out of business forever. But I genuinely do still like you. Like, this is the really crappy side of me. Like, even like I look at people that have done so much bad in my life, and I'm always just been like, you know, I've always been like this. I'm like, man, I just really hope you're okay. I wish you the best. I can see that we didn't agree on a couple things, but I genuinely wish you the best. So Jordan, I wish you the best. So, as I said, in 3 days, the title of this video there's gonna be no mention of Jordan in the title, in the description, anything like that. Because genuinely, at the end of the day, I could have put you out of business today, decided not to, and you can live to see another day. But I don't want this to tarnish your career going forward, because at the end of the day, and this swings back to the final message of this video, is we're in the same team. We're in the same team, and so are me and all my competitors. At the end of the day, technically, yes, we're competitors. And you know what, actually, me and my competitors, our common enemy is not our enemy is not each other. The common enemy is the education system. I think myself and my competitors, we all feel this drive and this purpose to reform a fucked up education system. And I have absolutely no issues shouting out my competitors, which is what I'm going to do right now. I want to send love and positivity, and I just want to really just give admiration, you know, or express my admiration and respect to some of the people who I can 100% attest and vouch to. And I said, guys, I don't spend time with digital marketers. Why do you think I don't do that, or people with info product businesses? Because I don't trust half of them. Not only do I not trust half of them, I know half of them, or 70% of them, are just fucking bullshitters. The other 20% I don't trust, and the last 10% I fuck with. So I have no issues, direct competitors of mine. So real quick, I want to shout out Billy Wilson. Billy Wilson and his incredible new wife. Congratulations. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. Once again, thank you for sending me the invite. Incredible human. I can honestly tell you, Billy and I go, like 2.5 years, 2 years at this point. I can tell you, incredible human, and he goes by the most honest marketer. And I'm going to tell you right now that I could agree with that. Honestly, Billy has such a strong ethical and moral code. So Billy Wilson, I just want to say a big shout out to you, and big congratulations on your wedding. The next shout out I want to make is to a guy called Miro Salim. brother, once again, we've known each other for what, like 2.5, 3 years. He and I, we were both on the come up together, and big respect to that guy. Just once again, just has the kindest heart on earth. And him and I, he's the type of guy that I go shopping at Loro Piana with. So dude, next time you're in London, let's go hit up Loro and pick up some vicuña. So yeah, that's Miro. Next guy is a guy called Rob Quinn. Once again, he was one of the people who sent me a message, and I know that someone is good when, not from me meeting them, but from me hearing good things about them from other people. So Rob, before you even sent me a message, we actually never had contact before that point. I'd heard great things about you. So once again, I just want to send a lot of love and respect your way. And there's other people as well. There's a guy called Johnny Bradley, based in the UK. I've known him for 3 years. Incredible guy. I've seen him build his brand, his Amazon brand. In fact, some of the shots, he actually took shots for one of his Amazon brand here at my house when I first moved in 2 years ago, and actually used one of my friends as a model, one of my best friends. So I can just tell you, incredible guy. Yeah, once again, dude, I got a lot of love and respect for you. And just big congratulations for everything you've accomplished. Other people that I want to shout out, other honorary mentions, Cameron Foose. And these, granted, these are some of my old clients, but why do you think I work with someone? It's because we do proper vetting. There's so many clients that I've worked with that I've said no to because I know for a fact that they don't do what they say they do. And when that's the case, I can't vouch or I can't stand for them. So Cameron, excited to see you in Cape Town in January. We've got like our villas. I've got this huge 5-bedroom villa. He's got one like 3 minutes away. So Cameron, once again, big respect to you. I mean, I think you've been in your space for 10 years and provided so much to it and so much transparency. And it's super cool to see Cameron, like 5-6 years ago, how he used to use this sort of like douchebag bro lifestyle marketing. And these days, he's just such a sincere, honest guy. I fucking love him. And another incredible guy, honorary mention, Chris Waller, King Ecom. I always get it wrong, King Ecom. But anyways, once again, just one of the few people in the e-commerce space that actually knows what the fuck they're talking about. I mean, if you check out some of his case studies in his program, once again, all of my any clients that we work with that have education companies, we go through their programs just to vet and make sure 100% that we can stand by them. Some of his case studies are ridiculous. Some very creative campaigns. But anyways, big love, big respect to you, brother. And there's just Jonathan from AJ Smart. But once again, I don't need to say anything about him. That guy's just a total beast. There's so many other people that I'm mentioning, forgetting to mention here. Once again, Tyler, Mickelson twins. There's just there's too many for me to remember. But yeah, I want to send a lot of love and respect to a bunch of different people in my space. Because as I said, for me, guys, our common enemy is the education system. Our common enemy is the education system and the fact that if you live in a first world country, the education system is so fucked up. It's such a money grab that it makes my blood boil to look at the levels of student debt. I mean, it's mind-blowing how fucked up our culture is, and how from such an early age we're ingrained to follow this path that is not best for us, to follow this path that makes some really, once again, like the people that just make my fucking blood boil. It's ingrained us to follow a path that makes the big colleges money, and all the people, it trickles down, all the people that get the kickbacks from it. I mean, if you want to look at another fucked up industry, just look at big pharma. But anyways, I don't want to go on too much of a rant. My point is, I have no issues calling out. I have no issues not calling out. I have no issues sending love and respect and business to the way of my so-called competitors. Because for me, guys, although not all of the people in my industry, use my uniform phrase, which I've been saying for years, which is I'm on a mission to reform the education system. Everyone knows that's been my mission for years, and that will be my mission for the next 30, 40 years. So although my competitors and other people in my niche don't use that phrase specifically, I know that we all feel the same pain, and we all feel the same drive towards making a difference and making education better, taught by people who have actually fucking done it. So, you guys have sat through this video. I want to make 2 apologies. First apology I want to make is to Jordan. Jordan, I'm sorry. This was an ugly side to me, and I apologize. And in fact, I went to the extent, I'm so sorry that I actually went to the extent of donating 50,000 pounds to charity in your name. And I actually had a call with Alan from Pahar Trust, the chairman of Pahar Trust. I actually had a call with him in a few days, and just before the 50,000 pound donation.
But yeah, basically just wanted to get on a quick call. First things first, Kieran, what are you wearing? You look like you're wearing Hogwarts.
It's a cardigan. I think it's quite cool. I'm being miserly and not paying for heating in my house, so I get it.
Oh man. Yeah, Alan, as I said, first things first, thank you so much for making the travel out, posting up an accommodation, etc., and making an effort to come to the event. Definitely meant a lot to myself.
It was a pleasure.
I hope you guys enjoyed that award ceremony. Now, I'm sure most of you guys are aware of the philanthropy that we do and sort of our full circle approach. I want you guys to understand and really internalize the fact that not only have you taken the step in changing your life, but in December, from the 1st to the 12th of December, myself and the rest of the team are actually flying out to look at the first project that we've gone through, one of many to come. And we're going to be shooting a little documentary, and I'm going to have to actually camp out, which will be interesting. But I want you guys to look... Sleep mention. I want you guys to look at a couple bricks of that first school that we've built. And I want you to understand the fact that you probably paid for that. Because as I said, at Grow Your Agency, we have a full circle approach. Not only did we want to provide real fucking education to people that got them the result that they wanted, and that's a program, that's the education company that we have, but what about the people who don't have a seat at the table? What about the people who, it doesn't really make sense for them to start a social media marketing agency when they're living in the conditions that they're living in. So here at Grow Your Agency, we believe that everyone deserves an education. So with no further ado, I would like to bring up an absolutely incredible man, and I cannot express my gratitude to Kieran for scouring for an eternity to find an organization that we resonated with and that we could really stand behind with full pride. And this man has flown out just for this event. So Kieran, I'll pass it over.
This is Alan Sweetman from the Pahar Trust. Who very foolishly stood at the back of the room.
Thank you. I've got to just say, I have been completely humbled since the first conversation I had with Kieran, which was purely by chance. And when I first spoke to Iman and realised that he was 100% legitimate in behind his...
I could tell when we had that call, and I was like, yeah, over the space of the next 12 months, I'd like to, invest or donate 200 to 300K.
Yeah.
He was like, are you guys embezzling money? Like, what?
We're a small charity. We've been building schools in Nepal for 25 years. We've built 152 schools, saving and helping over 40,000 students, £3.5 million that we've invested. I've got to say, before me, I've only been in the post for 2 years. Before me, it was done all by volunteers. So no paid staff. I'm the only paid member of staff in the UK. And this is the first school that we're doing, and I really hope it's the first of many. And yeah, I'm truly humbled by your generosity. Thank you.
So much.
The community, the students, but yeah, very, very exciting. New month, so we're actually looking to donate another 50,000 and get to work on yet another project. So yeah, let's move forward with it.
Wonderful.
Pretty much about it.
I suppose at some point I'll get used to it.
It's made out to you. The 50,000 pound donation says, in loving memory of Jordan Platten, because we know you can't fucking afford it yourself. So just know, Jordan, I want you to rest your head at night. And I want you to know that in 12 months from now, there's going to be a school in Nepal with a plaque on it that says, "In loving memory of Jordan Platten." You're welcome. So that's the first apology I want to make. And guys, make of this video what you will. Make of it that I was being petty. And I admit to you I was being petty. I just thought, you know, for once, maybe I should just speak up and stand my ground. And as I said, you know, it's one thing to get on Instagram and just be a little bitch. And this goes for anyone. There's one thing to get on Instagram, be a little bitch, or it's one thing to talk about behind someone's back. It's another thing to put your foot down and be like, look, dude, I've been doing this too fucking long. I've been working too hard, and I've done it with more honesty, transparency, and done way too much good for way too many people. So sit the fuck down. So Jordan, sit the fuck down, because I am the type of person that will donate 50,000 pounds to charity and build a school in Nepal in your name just to prove a point, which is I've done too much good, worked too hard, and done it with, and just wore my heart on my sleeve for too many years to have someone like you, who has no credibility, who actually has no backup to any claim they have ever fucking made, to come in and try and tarnish that. So point proven. So that's apology number one. Apology number two is, you guys have watched through this video. I think this video is what, like 40 minutes at this point? And I apologize because you guys have seen an ugly side to me. You really have. Like, I genuinely look at this. I'll look at this. I know I'll look at this in 3 months and probably take it down, but I know I'll look at this in a week and be like, wow, that's not like you, Iman. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do another 73% discount. I'm going to run it for the next 3 to 4 days. So the team here at growyouragency.com, myself and the rest of the team, we actually made a special link. You can go to growyouragency.com/I'mSorryJordan. And we've made a special page with a special pricing, because once again, you guys have seen, we weren't fucking around. When we said that we did a 73% discount for the launch and the price would go up to 3,000, the price went up to 3,000. And I'll pop just a couple screenshots here. People buy it at 3,000. People have been buying consistently every single day at the $3,000 price point. So we weren't fucking around. But because I wanted to give a really big apology to you guys, a sincere apology, not only to you guys, but to Jordan. And I wanted to do it big, you know, sending 50,000 pounds to charity, you know, and basically building a school in someone's name in loving memory of one of your competitors that tried to talk shit about you. It's a big move. The other big move that I want to do is, as I said, I want to give you guys a 73% discount on Agency Incubator. Because at this point, I'm sure you realize that there's a lot of people out there who you probably thought were who they said they were. Then now you realize, actually, they're probably totally bullshitting, right? And here at growyouragency.com, as I said, we just focus on doing good for our students. We focus on doing good for the community and the industry as a whole. And then we focus on our philanthropic work. So, good news, guys. You got another $2,200 discount. So the price of the program is now down to a measly, laughable $791 for the next few days, right? And you can go to sales page on, growyouragency.com/I'mSorryJordan, and you'll be able to find when the discount actually ends. So this is the end of this. And I really want to say that. This is the end of this. I'm not going to speak on this ever again. I'm never going to come back to this matter. And I'm going to do what I've done for 15 plus years, which is if someone shit talks me, if someone talks badly about me, if someone puts me through the trauma and horror that I went through growing up in terms of my family life, I'm going to do nothing except put my head down, continue to do good, pop my head up, and smile with a little bit of satisfaction knowing that while other people would have lashed out, while other people would have retaliated, I just did the pure thing, which is my fucking best, pop my head up. And as I said, success really is the best revenge. And for any of you guys right now who have a bully in your life, and really, you know, that's what I view Jordan as, you know, with that story of his. For any of you guys who have people shit talking you, have a bully in your life, have people who doubt you, my best piece of advice to you is, I know it feels lonely. I know that I can't even begin to tell you how many times I sat with that feeling of feeling lonely and misunderstood. But sit with that feeling. Sit with that feeling, put your head down, work, and I promise you, no matter what your situation right now is, pop your head up in a year, in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years. And I promise you, all those people who should talk to you, that karma comes around. It's happened to me time and time again. That karma has come around, and that's why I am where I am today, is because constantly I've put out good karma. So that's the last final message I want to leave you with. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you guys who I know, most of you guys, your eyes are just widening right now to the fact that you have another chance to get in with a $2,200 discount. And you can, obviously you guys realized the last time that I wasn't joking. I wasn't joking. The price of the program is literally fucking $3,000. So now for any of you guys who saw a launch price discount, you're like, I'm sure he'll, I'm sure he says it's $3,000 full price, but I'm sure it won't actually. No, it's actually $3,000. So seriously, guys, you have a few days to get in, and the launch went incredibly well. So I look forward to seeing plenty of you guys in Agency Incubator. I apologize if this video left a sour taste in your mouth. I apologize if this video made you look at me in a worse light. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm human too. I'm human too. I feel emotion. I feel spite sometimes. I've been very, very good in my life at reeling it in and just focusing on the past. But as I said, I'm human too. And unfortunately, this was one of those scenarios where it came out and you saw me sort of lash out a bit. But at the end of the day, there's another school that we built in Nepal, one of many already. In 12 months, there's going to be another school with Jordan's plaque on it. It says, in loving memory of Jordan Platten. And that's all I want to leave you guys with. See you guys in Agency Incubator. For those of you guys with some bullies in your life, keep pushing. As I said, karma always comes around. And I'll speak to you guys soon.